PKA 740 with our guest Richard Ryans from seemingly behind a strip club. Taylor?
This episode of PKA is brought to you by Blue Chew, Harry's, Lock and Load, and all of Derek's products, and our merch. Richard, I love your backdrop. Every time it's more elaborate. Last time you had a lot of leftover Halloween decorations behind. Now you have a real live car.
Yeah, actually, so it's funny because Chiz hit me up this afternoon. I'm totally not prepared. I'm in the middle of construction right now, but this, I haven't shown it yet, but this is, I'm going to be releasing this car here in a few days. It's a Tesla S Apex that we've been working on for about 2 years. And I built out, I'll show you in a minute, a kennel inside of it. Oh, so it's for the Warrior Dog Foundation and the Warrior Dog app that I built.
Dogs can't live in a Tesla.
Well, so it's got a working dog kennel in it and a fully autonomous weapon system.
So what sort of threats could this weapon system neutralize?
So it's actually an M134 with a remote fire system that has different types of visual recognition.
Not for me, but for the listeners who don't know what an M134 is.
A minigun. A minigun chambered in 7.62.
Oh, sick. So like an even bigger gun than what Walt was fucking up those that gang at the end of Breaking Bad. Like that sort of thing?
No, actually, that's the same caliber, right? What did he have?
I think that was an M60. So Taylor's never seen like half a dozen movies. You ever seen Matrix, Taylor?
Yes. Yes.
You know when the what do you mean obviously? When Morpheus
push back on that one too.
When Morpheus snaps the handcuffs and Neo's shooting the minigun out of the helicopter, that's the minigun that I shot. Like the one that's in that shot. Where did you get a fucking minigun? It's the one with the spinny barrels, Taylor. How do you not know what a minigun is? My mom knows what a minigun is.
I was comparing to like the amount of power. Like it could neutralize a clan of gang members.
Yeah,
it
can spend a lot of money really fast.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, but safety has no price, so that's good. So, like, what are you anticipating? What's going down?
So this is it was a really fun build that I wanted to do. So K9 Veterans Day is coming up March 13th, and I just wanted to do something to really get people excited about, the website and the app that I built. And I was like, all right, I've done several car builds at this point. I did the Toyota Prius that we mounted the Vulcan to. And then of course the Model X that mounted the 2 5.56 miniguns that came out the side. And then I totaled this car when I mounted the minigun to it last time and put rivets all in the body. And I was like, all right, well, I got to replace the body. I reached out to the guys at Unplugged Performance, and they were like, well, we've been working on this thing called the S Apex, where we widen the body, put a carbon fiber body on it and everything. I was like, okay, cool. I can either total this car that has 200 miles on it, or we could just replace the body and do another really epic build. And so that's what we did. And it's taken the better part of 2 years. And I've been working with the guys over at ProFence on their remote fire capability system that will have various different forms of image recognition. So you can put regular cameras, thermal, infrared, and stuff like that. So you can
we circle back to you totaled the car? We just breezed right across. Why was it totaled?
Because I put rivets all in the body. And so
bad?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it wasn't drivable. It's just I couldn't sell it. So I could drive it like that, but everybody's going to know that everyone's going to know that it was me. So it just increases the probability of something happening to it. It's like, I don't like the idea of having a vehicle that I don't drive. So I'm not into collecting things.
Where does the gun go?
Oh, yeah. It goes.
I hope it
right
pops
there.
out.
Oh, it mounts to the front.
Yeah.
And where do you operate the gun from?
So inside the car. And so cool. you can manually arm it in the cup holder slides out, and then it has the switch for fire and everything. It's great.
Okay.
And then of course you can use it. You can. You can. Yeah, for the remote fire system. Yeah.
So you can shoot it while you're driving.
Well, the passenger can. You just focus on driving, or what you can do is you can put it in. I forget what the mode's called where you call the car. Yeah.
I
it's
forget too.
It's not Sentry, but it's summon. Yeah, you summon the car. You summon the car,
and you can shoot it while it's being.
Oh no! I pressed Sentry instead of summon, and it killed Grandma.
Wow,
well, that's my
third valet this year. That I've diced up.
When you ding the door. That sounds. When we were at the what do you call it ranch? Remember, I was doing that remote control gun thing.
Neverland.
Remember, I was doing that remote control like gun thing that had the screen on it. Is this like that at all? Is it a similar company? Like
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Except for actually no, it's very similar to that because it still has the multi-axis movement on the. You
can be so active.
The gimbal.
Okay, so
yeah.
So what I remember about that system is, if you give me a second, then I can tap, adjust these crosshairs on my readout to be exactly where I want. So it'd be like a perfect sniping type system. Or if it was a stationary target far away, I could put a machine gun on it and bup. But it seemed like if there was a fast moving target, I would have really struggled to track it. It felt like I was a noob at a video game and I didn't have both my axes down or something. It felt really. How does this compare to that? Like if something was running 50, if something's 50 yards in front of you and it's running left or right, could you track it sweeping across and shoot it?
For sure.
Oh God.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I haven't shot it yet. So like the shoot is next week. And so I've just been building out the studio here, trying to get everything ready. And the build before was to stress test the 134 on the front to see if it activated any sensors on the car and caused the airbags to deploy or something like that, right? And it didn't. So now I feel confident in being able, because I took it on a racetrack last time. I was taking people for joyrides because it has a full illumination kill switch, so the car goes completely dark. And I put MVGs on and have people ride shotgun, and we'll go around a racetrack shooting the minigun, doing blanks and stuff like that. But still,
that's awesome.
Really
I like to think you're not allowed on this racetrack, and that's why you're running dark.
No one's going to tell him no.
Yeah,
he has a minigun.
They're really
in his
cool
trunk.
about it. Yeah, I mean, because it is a racetrack, they want to make sure that.
Another question. Where does the minigun draw its power from? Does it have it's standard 12
completely
volt?
Independent?
Okay, because if you'd gone so nerdy as to integrate it into the Tesla's power system, that would have been wild. And
I wanted to. There's just so many challenges around Teslas, so it's really kind of fascinating. Hopefully, people will appreciate the amount of effort that goes into it, because when I did the Toyota Prius, Bob, Dangerous Bob, right?
Of course.
Yeah, he went to town. Him and the guys there in Globe, Arizona, they put a brand new frame and reinforced it in the floor pan and everything, but there wasn't a whole lot technologically to it. Whenever I was trying to build out the Model X, to remove the seats in the back, the car wouldn't drive. It wouldn't even turn on because all the sensors in the seat. So whenever the car gets into an accident, it actually measures the body position and the weight of the person on the seat, so it knows how to modulate the airflow of the airbag as it's deploying. It's insane. So if you're slightly off here, it'll be softer, or there will be a little.
Ford did that
stage.
forever. So
Really?
Ford did that forever ago. Yeah, that was part of my sales pitch. I'd explain that to families, especially.
Interesting.
I'm like, Toyota just gives you a big old bag of air. They don't care how small your children are, sir. Here at Ford, we're weighing your wife and your kids. Don't worry, ma'am. We won't tell anyone.
So that's
Dude, I was fucking 19 in a tight shirt.
on my wife?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm fucking 19-year-old Kyle. I'm absolutely hitting on your wife, sir. Buy this Ford. Here's a question. Have you? Elon Musk is such a meme lord. We were just talking about him at CPAC being ridiculous. Have you shown this to him, or do you plan to show this to him? I know he's a little bit of a controversial figure these days, but I bet he'd be down to I know they're also weird about modifying Teslas and refurbing Teslas especially, but you're putting a minigun on a Tesla,
Yeah, that's slick.
I think he might be into that.
And it's for the troops, or like a kind of troop,
so I have to be careful because some of the relationships, they're like very sensitive about. Yeah, well, because FPSRussia and the videos that you did, there are some companies that have security or government contracts that if they get the wrong type of exposure, they jeopardize those contracts. And Tesla and the EV market is looking how to integrate into law enforcement and military operations. And so, dumb redneck here with the ability to do certain things that may see it as something that's cool. They may see it as something that's like, hey, we don't condone that. And they would sever those relationships with those people. So to be able to get around some of these censors, you really have to know what you're doing. And I've worked with some different people in kind of circumventing those check loops and stuff like that to make sure that we could.
I'm just imagining a whole commercial for this where like but it's directed by Paul Verhoeven. So your vehicle's now the urban pacifization vehicle, and then at the end it's revealed that we put one of those brain implants in the dog too. So he's a cyber dog now, and he's got cyber feet.
I don't like that. I don't like a cyber-footed dog.
He lost his feet in the war. He's a hero dog. You don't want to give him cyber feet.
Let him live the rest of his days in peace.
Taylor?
Now he has 6 spider legs and 2 like stabby claws that he
if a troop gets blowed up and they're all exploded, we don't send them back into war with blade legs. We give them a nice
bring him back
pension.
home. No, we're bringing those dogs that have been traumatized overseas. We're giving them arachnid underbodies, and we're allowing them to police America.
Oh, I hate your ideas. I don't want to take the cuteness of a dog and make it spider-like.
I would love that.
I would hate that. So it's fucking clicking and clacking, ruining your hardwood.
Dude,
I wouldn't like that. What I want to know about the truck, or the car rather, is that cage in the back. That could also be used to pacify foes, couldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that
the cool thing about electric vehicles though that Kyle appreciates is like without the engine in the front, you can store a lot of ammo, especially for belt feds. If you have a belt assist in being able to feed that minigun.
Ooh, little robot dog back there.
But how much would a trunk full of ammo weigh? I mean, it would be
pretty heavy.
Pounds,
pretty